Street Talk Radio LA, man. We are broadcasting live from Baltimore, Maryland, via Los Angeles, California, man. Long live Nipsey Hussle. Shout out to my boy in the ones and twos that's been ready on the motherfucking background, man. Been ready like the bitches on Figueroa. Bitch, they call me shining 2 times. If my money ain't on time, bitch, you out of line. And if my money right, bitch, you getting it tight tonight. Hey, I got a wonderful show today. I got ATL's #1 top criminal and entertainment lawyer on our podcast today, man. We are going to be talking about sex. Yes, right. We talking about sex. SEX. So some parental discretion is advised, man. The purpose of this show is to spotlight and have a conversation about sex. The goal of this topic is to create conversation about why sex is frowned upon in our culture, in our community, and because we don't discuss it, has it caused everything that we see, do, and say become overly sexualized? I just want to give y'all a little bit of background on our guest for today. Her name is Tiffany Simmons. She's a law attorney in Atlanta. She has her own law firm called Official Simmons Law. Just some background. Not only is she an attorney, not only is she a black woman, but she is also an actress. She's also an author of Pretty Girls Read Books, but Pretty Girls Read, Look But Don't Touch. She has a knack for creative reinvention and an insurmountable hustle. Tiffany Simmons is determined to leave her mark on the entertainment industry. As an undefeated attorney and CEO of the Simmons Law Firm, she's already demonstrated her prowess to exceed expectations. Tiffany is not just a pretty face. She is the first attorney in her family, which was a catalyst to a life of a new beginnings. Shout out to my girl, Tiffany Simmons! What's up, Tiff?
Hello, thank you for having me today.
Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for stopping by.
Tiffany M. Simmons, don't forget the M. AKA the Plugs Lawyer, AKA Lawyer Bay, AKA the owner of Simmons Law. We are a law firm based in Atlanta. We do business, criminal defense, entertainment, as well as some personal injury. And we get to that bag. We settle cases. We fight for what is right.
Yes,
and we support our community. And we do it all through God's love.
Amen. Amen. Praise God. Now, what I wanted to ask you, for those who are just tuning into our show, YouTube, Spotify, all of our listeners out there, what made you want to become the first attorney in your family? What made that catalyst for you?
Well, you already know the story because this is my second time on Treetop. So
my people may not know. My people may not know though.
What I'm gonna tell the people is the game is to be sold, not to be told.
Hello, we out here.
I have a book called The Plugs Lawyer. In that book, you can read a trap novel that kind of tells you, it's a character, but it's kind of, based loosely on my life. And in there, it talks about what made me want to become an attorney. But, to give you a little tidbit, I've always done stuff in entertainment, but I never wanted to be just the pretty face and not know the business. So that's where my passion and love for entertainment law comes from. I've had family members, friends, I've seen, experienced injustices. And that's what made me want to do criminal defense. Business, I've been around business all of my life. And of course, personal injury, people are injured, all of the time, be it car accident or be it through, a place or institution or anything like that. And we are here to, handle business and do what's right. So my love of me becoming, or, me wanting to become a lawyer, I wanted to be a lawyer since I was 5 years old.
Absolutely. I appreciate you putting that opportunity out there for younger women like that are maybe looking at you and say, wow, I don't have to just be a pretty face. I actually can be a pretty face and be about good, great business and do things that can be instrumental in the community. I wanted to play a quick clip from our first interview because that interview was so phenomenal. And just wanted to let my audience just hear what we were discussing previously, and then we're going to jump back into sex.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, the first interview, it was amazing time. We actually filmed out in LA,
Yeah.
Hollywood Hills,
Let's go.
and yeah, that was a
Hey,
blessed
Ben, you can
time.
play that joint too.
For your audience, if they don't know, I'm also gifted in other areas. I can read and do a lot of stuff. So that interview was way off into outer
Yeah,
space and beyond, but we
I'm
we
telling
we
you.
do.
So we're gonna let that clip play. I believe
Me,
it's a short clip.
who
We're
is
gonna let it
now
play.
finishing up her last case. She is fighting a huge case. Now, I wanted to ask you now if you're allowed to. Now, are you allowed to say the school that you are defending?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
We are out here in LA, so it's a little bit different vibe than
Right.
Atlanta, Georgia. And so I'm gonna give your podcast
Okay,
folks the
some
real.
tea.
I'm
You
gonna
hear
give
me?
y'all the tea.
Okay, come on.
Cause in hood, this is how I talk.
Okay, come
Okay.
on, get with this
I
shit.
know how to break down the legal issues. Like for example, we'll take some that's in the on the shade room, and I'll
Right.
break it down the legal stuff in a hood way so the hood can understand it.
Right. So
Basically.
so they can understand the whatnots of this
Exactly.
legal shit.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now you heard some of the spiritual stuff
Yeah.
earlier. And
Okay.
we'll get to that.
And
she Now that was just a brief clip of what we were discussing. Now I believe during that clip we were talking about your huge case that you had against Morehouse. And do you have any updates on that case? Are you still working through it, or is it settled and over and you are on to the next?
It is settled to both parties liking, and it's over, and we're on to the next.
Let's go. Let's go. How does it feel being an undefeated attorney? Like it seems like you is real live the women Johnny Cochran out here. If the glove don't fit,
Yes.
you must
We must
fucking quit.
motherfucking quit.
You better quit. I'm telling you.
I mean, honestly, I'm very grateful. I'm appreciative of my life. There are times when I am hard on myself, or there are times where I'm like, God, why me? Why me? Because heavy is the crown. But honestly, I'm very grateful for my path, my purpose, and what I'm able to do and experience. It's a beautiful thing. It's a
Yeah,
beautiful thing. That's all I can say.
absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm again, we are graced to have you on our podcast. Now I wanted to talk about sex, right? Because growing up in my household, we really didn't discuss sex. We didn't talk about, what it is, what just sex. We didn't even talk about sex. It was just you cannot talk about it. So I wanted to give my viewers a brief definition of what sex is, and I want you to tell me how you were introduced to sex. Did your parents go over it, or was it through friends? So sex is a sexual union between a male and a female involving insertion of the penis into the vagina. Sexual activity that includes insertion of the penis into the anus or mouth. Those are all things that people would consider sex. Now, how did you get introduced to sex or talking about sex? Was that something that was like sacred you can't talk about, or did your parents just say, Tiffany, you better not be out here having sex till you married, and then that was sex talk?
Girl. Okay. Well, what I will say is the sex talk for me, it didn't really happen. In my household, I grew up in the house with my mom. My dad lived somewhere else. And, I remember being a peer educator at Planned Parenthood, but me and my mom never had that kind of sex talk. I didn't have sex until I was like a senior in high school, and that was kind of late compared to
Right.
cousins, friends, whatever. I had a godchild at 15.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, the sex thing was kind of taboo. Like I don't even remember my mom talking to me about a period and taking care of
Right.
yourself, as a
Exactly.
woman. Um, I think that, and I started my cycle late. I think that it might have been my aunt or something. I don't know, but I will say I was not properly educated. Even when I started liking guys and would talk to guys or whatever. If my mom didn't like them, oh, she trying to cut that shit short. She's not talking to me about how to process my feelings or any of that. Now, what I will say is in a lot of families, and I can't say if it's different, black, white, or whatever, but in families, sometimes it is difficult for parents to teach their kids some they just don't fucking know, and a lot of things pertaining to healthy love, good love, and even being healthy with sex. My mom just didn't know to teach that to me. So I learned some stuff the hard way. I learned some stuff, through things like Planned Parenthood when I was young, volunteering or being an intern at their office. I definitely, got education that way. But as far as feeling comfortable with talking to my mom or dad about, sex and stuff like that, nah, we ain't really do that. We ain't really do that. And I think, just looking back now, even with guys that I've dated or whatever, you can tell certain people that are comfortable with just their sex and sexuality. And what I mean by that is, a person that can be vocal about their likes and dislikes during sex. Or a person that, I ain't even gonna lie, when I was younger, there were times where I didn't feel comfortable talking to my partner about certain things, but you laying up, opening your body up to this person, and you can't talk to them about something. That's not really good. That's kind of lame. Like me, I never really I like sex. I like nasty shit. I go,
Hello, Freak
but
League, Keisha, Trina, Aisha.
But what I will say is, if I don't have like a mental or emotional connection with you, it's only gonna go so far, and that's just what it is.
Right. Because I think for me, when I was growing up, like honestly, like in the same boat with you, like, and there's no disrespect to my mom who's possibly looking at my show, and I don't want her to be offended. But we never had the talk, you know what I'm saying? Because I was always a different type of child. I think how I told my mother that I first was getting discharged was I wrote a letter. I think I wrote on a paper or something like this, Mom, it's white stuff in my panties or something like that. And she might have gave me, or I don't even remember if we even had to talk after I wrote the letter. I think how I found out, I was even uncomfortable looking at myself in the mirror, like looking at my breasts, looking at my ass, you know what I'm saying? And I couldn't look at myself until maybe people probably gonna be like, that she lying. But I really couldn't look at myself naked until I was like in my freshman year in college. Because I was uncomfortable, you know what I'm saying? Because I never had the discussion of sex with anybody. I first found out what a clitoris was in 10th grade, and I was like, "What's that?" And my friend was like, "You don't know what that is?" So I wonder if it's a call, if it's just like a female thing. Like, do dads have this talk with their sons, or is do moms? I don't know, but it seems like because we don't talk about it, a lot of things become over sexualized. Like I know cartoons now in my generation are like sex prone, like everything's about fucking having sex, you know what I'm saying? And then about sexuality, young people don't really have an understanding of their sexuality and understanding, the do's and the don'ts of, maybe having premarital sex or maybe not understanding your partner. Like you said, some people may be uncomfortable to even tell their partner, look, I need you to go this way, not that way, or, you know what I'm saying, like that. And because sex is supposed to be something that it's supposed to be pleasurable. It's supposed to be something that, you enjoy, but we don't really have those type of discussions. I know you have a book called Look But Don't Pretty Girls Read Look But Don't Touch. And on the cover of your book, you ass
No,
naked.
listen, let's get the name right because it
Oh,
doesn't say Pretty Girls Read. It says look but don't touch the art.
oh, look,
And it's a
sorry.
lookbook. It's a lookbook slash poetry book of my work. And you're right. The book, the cover, I wanted to show my art. I do have a lot of tattoos on my body, and I wanted to show my art. Like I'm very comfortable with my body. I'm comfortable with my sexuality. I date men. I love men. I think
Mhm.
women are beautiful as well. In the book, it was something for me that I wanted to release because like I'm here for a purpose and I'm not afraid to um show myself. And when I say show myself, I'm not talking about a body. I'm saying show my soul, show my, my who I am, who I truly am. I remember in a old ass Tupac interview, he talked about, I've showed my entire soul to y'all. And that's what I believe that I've done through my books. I've written 5 books, gonna release the 6th. That book, the Look But Don't Touch the Art, that book was very dear to me because it had a lot of poetry that I have never really shared with people. I write
Mhm.
poetry in addition to the books. And the poetry is stuff that, shit, for lack of a better word, I grew up in a environment of fuck your feelings. So for me
Right.
to show my feelings to the world, show my tattoos, show my body, show my curves,
Mhm.
showing, the goddess that I am, that was
Amen.
a big deal
Well,
because you'll never see, somebody with the title of attorney,
right.
business owner that is able to dive into my creative side and show, like I say, show my soul to the world. Like some of the poems that I actually I just ordered a new box of the books. So if you like, I can read one of my poems for your
Please.
audience. Cause some of the poems are, it's real stuff. Some of
You
it'll
got
make
some
you
erotica? You got some erotica? Flip that damn mouth.
I
Put
actually
that
do.
pussy
Hold
on my
on.
lips.
Oh, okay. So this is the cover of the book. I don't know if your audience can see it, but it is Look But Don't Touch the Art. That is my real picture, my body. And then also that painting that you see on here on the book cover, I actually painted that as well. So I do a lot of stuff. I gotta release what's inside. Okay.
I think
So
I think she's having difficulties over there.
who's having difficulties?
Smiles. She
Wait. Oh
look
yeah,
she
she's off.
yeah, she lost. You can continue to talk about what you have right here.
I
She'll be
will.
back in. Go ahead.
I will. Okay. I'm looking for the poems. I'm gonna do something nice before I do this poem about sex that she want with her nasty ass.
Freak a leak.
See, look at you.
I'm a freak. I ain't gonna
Um,
do that.
you know what? Here's one. Nah, here go a good one. This ain't even the erotica one, but because you have the topic of talking about sex, here
Okay.
is something that I'll share. And I'm gonna share another poem after that. Actually, I got a couple. Let me just
Come
a
on, come
couple.
on, come
Look,
on,
I'm
come on.
giving them a
Business with us. And look, y'all make sure y'all purchase her book
yes,
on
you can get them
Amazon. Where is it on
Amazon,
Amazon?
Kindle, Barnes and Nobles. Yes, you can get them there. All right,
Pretty
so
girls read. Look, but don't touch. Sorry, go ahead.
it is not Pretty Girls Read. That is Pretty Girls
Oh,
Read is just a slogan.
oh,
That
okay,
is just
okay.
a slogan.
Look, but don't touch the art.
touch the iron. Yes, let's get it right so your audience will know where to look.
Yes,
All right,
ma'am.
so this one is called Addicted to Sex. Addicted to sex, maybe just addicted to the high to come. The release of stress is just the high I'm chasing. Feelings missing, can't even focus on getting nasty. Heart ain't in it, but I can see it, hear it, feel it. The high, cause he felt it. I watched as my soul tied with his giving. Wait, I watched as my soul tied with his, giving him his release. Yeah, soul sucking head, literally. She walked out of his life, taking his soul with hers. He followed, but could never really find her. She was chasing the next high. Sex couldn't do it no more.
Snap on
So
that. Snap on that. The
that
snap.
that is one. I couldn't find the other one that I was going to read, but that is one of the poems. And because of your topic of sex, I decided to do that one. But here's another one. Shout out to my Black women, because this one is called "God is a Black Woman."
Yes, he is. Yes,
All
she
right.
is.
So God is a Black woman. I want people to look at me and see God. See God in my actions, not words. See God's beauty in my skin, in my eyes, because I take care of me, my temple. I want people to look at me and see God through my love, through my smile, through the encouragement I give willingly. I want people to look at me and see God, see her, because she performed miracles on me, so I can perform miracles on you.
Amen. Amen. Let's pass the offering plate around. Pass the offering plate around. I like that one. Come on, give us another one. We liking these. Give us another one. Give us another one. Give us another one.
All right, so this is my last one. I'm gonna leave
All
you
right, this is the
on.
last one. This is the last one.
That's my last one.
All right, all right, all
And
right, all right.
because for real, these are things that I thought about. If I wasn't here today, what would I want the world to see or hear or know about me? So this one, which I have pictures in the book as well. So you would be getting a lookbook as well as an art book, as well as just some beautiful words. All right, so this one is called Left a Note for You.
Mm-hmm.
I purposely left this note for you because I knew one day I would leave. My words form my immorality, creating something that will last forever. Remember me when I'm gone by the love I shared in my words. Purposely left this note for you because I knew the day would come when my light would be so big you couldn't ignore it. The world sees it now. Now you too. Now you want to capitalize off knowing me. Ready to see what the highest bidder pays for my life's purpose. Words of an icon, a living legend, a girl ahead of her time.
Ooh, snapping on that, snapping. And you spicy, Tiff.
That is
Look,
the
but
book.
don't touch the art.
That's my 5th book, and I'll be releasing The Plugs Lawyer 2 soon.
Yes. So, what's the title of the first 4 books?
Well, Street Kings 2, That's Law, Create Your Law Business for This Generation, The Plugs Lawyer, Law and Family Business, which was actually a nonfiction book where I kind of talked about balancing, women balancing having a business that's successful as well as having a successful family life. Mm-hmm. And the twist on that is I'm not a parent. Mm-hmm. But that's something that I aspire to be. So I kind of talked about how would I balance that as well as being successful as I am with my law firm. And then of course The Plugs Lawyer, that's the trap novel, and then The Plugs Lawyer 2, and then Look But Don't Touch the Art.
So you have a variety of books for a variety of audiences. Now, what I wanted to ask you, for the piggyback on the sex topic, how do you think that we can make sex a more relevant conversation in our day-to-day talk with our kids and with amongst ourselves as adults, and to make sex not so demonized and not so, like scary. And
yes, I think that once we talk about what real love is versus just fucking, or versus you're saying that sex isn't talked about, but it's talked about all the time. The act of sex is talked about all the time, be it movies, be it TV, be it
Right.
radio, be it songs. The act of sex is talked about all the time. But
Exactly.
the act of making love, or the act of being
Right.
in love, the act of connecting to somebody,
Right. Right.
past that surface stuff, that is
Right.
not talked about enough.
Right.
And the ways that we can talk about it where it's not taboo is to understand and just stop fronting. Ain't no, winning and fronting. And what I mean by that is there are so many people that say that they don't want love, or fuck love, or love is bad, but it's not, because everybody want it. Everybody want it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that everybody wants.
Right.
And I'm not saying always love in a romantic way. It could be love of a parent. It could be love of your child. It could be love
Right.
of a sibling. It could be, just love of friends. And it also can be romantic love. But if everyone disregards the main source,
Right.
which is love, which is
Right.
God, with, the things that, surrounds sex,
Right.
then you're not gonna get nowhere.
Right.
And like I say, I like sex all day, but it's not
It's not good if it's not a connection.
yeah, it's
Emotionally.
it's boring, it's lame if it's not really a real connection there, or
Right.
a real, vibe.
Right.
All
Because you can't get into it.
that, random ass sex, that shit is dead.
Right.
Especially in this times when you're dealing with so many other outside factors that
Slurs.
especially, Black people have to deal with. You
Mhm.
want to have something solid. You want to be around solid people. And
Absolutely.
being around solid people, if we want to, circle it back around to your topic, being around solid people is being around people that you can express yourself. You can express everything that you want to talk about, be it sex, be it, love, be it, whatever.
Right. So we have to establish love first, what genuine love is, and then you can have a proper conversation about sex. Then you can talk to your children about how to have how you could go through love and get to the sex part. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just trying to talk about sex, because then they aren't gonna understand. They're like, okay, this is what sex is: penis and a vagina, and then they're going around putting their penis in their
I
vagina.
mean, you know how many people watch porn? Hell, I watch porn, but porn, that's not teaching,
Right.
how to be really intimate with your
Right.
partner. That's
Teaching how to be
something
freaky.
you got to create with your partner.
Right.
You can watch stuff all day long, but the intimacy is created with your partner. Like what I've experienced, because I used to be married before, and I'm not, any longer. And so I
Right.
date, I'm dating now or whatever. What I've experienced is, even the foreplay of the hug and the kiss and the touch and the intimacy,
Right.
motherfuckers don't be on that. And
Right.
that's not enough for me. That's so it's just like you're
That's
not
an
really
art
getting
within
satisfied.
itself. That's an art
Yeah,
within
yeah.
itself. Foreplay,
And then you
being able
not really
to.
satisfied, but
Mhm.
it's all something that you have to, again, just get back being comfortable with.
Exactly. Now, I wanted to ask you, what made you get into? I noticed that on Instagram, you've been doing a lot of parody skits with Instagram fame, Country Wayne. What made you want to get into acting? And I seen that you was in a couple of videos from artists in the industry as well. What made
Yeah.
you? How did you get those connections out there in the industry?
Well, that, go back to what I said in the beginning. I wanted to do, and I've done stuff in entertainment, theater, all of that since I was a kid. As far as, the recent things that I'm doing, I created the show called Hood Court, which we're working on. As far as the Country Wayne skits, someone referred me, to him, and the rest is history. You probably see some more of the parodies with Country Wayne coming soon.
Because I'm trying to be funny, man. And
Thank you.
I wanted to know as well, because you are a different type of lawyer, you have a different type of vibe and swag. How was it? Was it hard for you being an attorney in Atlanta, Georgia, where, kind of racism is still prevalent and, maybe misogyny in some cases, with men
think women's supposed to be here as opposed to being in the same level playing with them? Was that hard for you breaking down those doors? Because I know you've been an attorney for about 11 years, if I'm not mistaken.
It's 12 years this
12
year.
years. Okay.
That I have been
Congratulations.
practicing. Thank you. Yes, 12 years this year. As far as you said, what is it? What?
It hard for you to break down the doors in the law field, like as far as
Yes.
getting that
Yes.
respect from other attorneys and judges?
Yes, it was very hard. You know, something that is worth it, you know, you have to put in the hard work. It definitely doesn't come easy. By the grace of God, I'm very grateful. I passed the bar the first time.
Oh,
I've had
wow.
practice. Like I say, this year I'll be making 12 years, and it was a lot of hard work. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears to, you know, get to the space that I am in now.
Absolutely. I want to congratulate you for really busting down those doors and breaking down those doors. Now, as far as your being a lawyer is concerned, are you currently picking up cases? Do you have any big cases that you're working on now? Or how can, if someone in the Atlanta area wanted to reach out to you, or not just the Atlanta area, do you just practice in Atlanta? Are you can you do cases from other states, or can you give like consultations? Do you do consultations?
Yes, Miles, you gonna ask me 20 questions in one. Come
I'm
on.
sorry, my fault.
Let me answer one of the questions out of the 20 first. Please.
My fault.
All right. So, you know, since my last interview with you and Treetop Radio, I did say that I, you know, was retiring, etc. But, you know, I do the things that God tells me to do. And clearly, I'm not retired yet because I'm still here. I'm still doing the damn thing. As far as, you know, high profile cases, I've been able to handle high profile cases throughout my career. But since one of our last recent profile cases, or, you know, high profile cases, that has really caused me to kind of examine and take a step back from, you know, just what my goal is regarding using my purpose. And what I mean by that is basically, there are a lot of injustices out here. There are a lot of things that are wrong with the system, etc. There are a lot of people that do bad things, but I have to make sure I am doing the things that God tells me to do, and I'm not getting distracted by just what's out there, if that makes sense to you.
That's strong. It makes perfect sense.
So, you know, because all high profile cases aren't good. All money ain't good money. You know what I'm saying? Those type of sayings. So, you know, I don't know. You know, the next high profile thing, I don't know what it'll be. But what I do know is, you know, I love the things that I am able to do. We actually just picked up a RICO case, and, you know, I'm kind of excited about that because shit, I love the streets, and the streets around me.
Slugs lawyer, you hear me?
I am the streets.
Right. What you talking about? Tiffany is the streets out here.
Yeah, so anyway, other than that, you know, I am focused on the show Hood Court, the reality judge show. I'm the Black Judge Judy, all of that, and just focusing on, you know, being appreciative of the moments and living life right now, you know, because at the end of the day, the most valuable things are really your time. And I can, you know, make all the money in the world, which, you know, I know I can aspire to do. But at the end of the day, you know, what is all of that if you don't have love, you know, or if you don't have somebody to share that with, or if you don't, you know, whatever, if you're not comfortable within yourself and within your life. So right now, you know, although I love my business, I love what I'm able to do, I am focused on having that balance of both, that balance of fun and you know, other things that are outside of the business, that makes me happy. That
Absolutely.
contributes to my joy. I have been in a spot where I've invested in my law business, everything, every sort of profit I ever had. And, by the grace of God, I've recently been able to, shit,
Get that shit back. Fuck you talk about.
yeah. So, it is what it is.
Yeah. Now, before we wrap it up, this is my last question. I know I asked you like 30 questions in one question. This is my last question. This is my last question. And you
Okay.
kind of put on a little bit what you kind of have going on or what you want to do in the future. But just to give us a better understanding, like 2 years from now, where can I see attorney Tiffany M. Simmons? Don't forget the M. M stands for money over everything. So I know
Yes. That M stands for motherfucking money, girl.
money.
So
Yeah.
anyway, in 2 years, I want to see myself doing big things with my show, Hood Court, being the highest paid, highest rated TV judge
Let's
show
go.
since Judge Judy retired. In 2 years, I want to see myself balling some more. I said that motherfucking custom plugs lawyer chain is on the way. So in 2 years, that chain might be just a little bit bigger.
Oh,
In
shit.
in 2 years, I just want to continue to, live my life and continue to find happiness within myself so much that it exudes out every fucking where, like
Come on.
motherfucking glow up.
Come
Just
on.
just keep blowing up.
I like that. I like that. Now, Tiffany, I truly appreciate you coming on our show. What I always like to do with my guests, I always give them an opportunity to give their shout outs and also as well as your Instagram name, and not only your Instagram name, but your Cash App, just in case some of my listeners that's out there want to make some love donations. I had some recent listeners make some love donations to me and my engineers. So, man, so go ahead, give your shout out and make sure you can end with the Cash App. You feel me? Because that M stand for money.
Yes, yes, yes. All right. So thank you for having me, Treetop Radio, Big Homie Smiles, and the engineer in the building. It's
Yes,
your
sir.
girl, the Plugs Lawyer, aka Tiffany M. Simmons. I am the owner of Official Simmons Law, undefeated law firm since 2009. So
Let's
I just
go.
want to shout out my team, shout out my co-counsel, shout out our paralegals, shout out those that support my friends, my family, everybody that I love. Right now I am on live on my Instagram. My personal Instagram, or the one for entertainment, is the Plugs Lawyer. If you want to follow the business, you can follow Official Simmons Law. If you want to drop your girl, some love donations,
A little coinage.
my Cash App is the money symbol, money lawyer, the number 9. So spell out money lawyer and the number 9. That is my Cash App. And again, thank you for having me. This is my second time coming on the show. And we talked about sex tonight. If I
We
can
talking let's talk
ever,
about sex, baby.
yes, yes, if I can ever come back on and offer my expertise, let me know. But I don't mind talking about different things. People think lawyers are just try to box us into certain things, or just people in general. And what this world has to realize is that we're human. We're supposed to be human. We're supposed to do things, experience things. We're supposed to fuck up. We're supposed to fall. We're supposed to get up. We're supposed to make love. We're supposed to feel happy, sad. We're supposed to feel pain. We're supposed to feel pleasure. But all of that is part of this human experience that we have. So I definitely just want to encourage people to continue to live this human experience. Don't let social media tell you that you got to be a certain way or look a certain way or be a certain way or do things a certain way, or you got to be successful in 30 days or you ain't shit. Don't let this world conform you to something that you're not. Enjoy this human experience and allow God, spirit, whatever to lead you. Okay?
Amen. Amen, church. Amen. Let the church say, wow. Thank you, Tiffany, for dropping in. I know your time is limited, and I know you have some things to do. I got a story that I'm gonna do. I'm about to get ready to do my stories. I do every time my podcast goes. So if you want to stay in the background or you want to listen in, tap in. But we're gonna get to this story. I appreciate you for tapping in.
Okay. Thank you so much for having me. I'll talk
Thank you.
to you soon. LA in the building.
LA.
We tapped in that first time and been locked.
Yes, sir. West
All
Coast
right.
fit.
I'll talk to you later.
I'll talk to you later. That was my girl, Tiffany M. Simmons. Don't forget the M. The M is for money. I appreciate her for gracing us again with her knowledge and her presence. If y'all need some consultation, if y'all are needing of a attorney, criminal attorney, she's 11-0. She's like that. Make sure y'all holler at her. Hey Ben, I got to. Could you play like some sexual beat, like a sexual? I'm supposed to find that shit for you. But go ahead, play the Lachey song. Play the Lachey song. We'll just use that joint because I don't think I sent you no sexual music. The title of my story today is called Georgia Peach. You can go ahead and cue the intro song. Go ahead and cue the intro song for me. It was 12 o'clock on a Sunday. I had been driving for Amazon Flex since 3 a.m., getting to the money because Amazon Flex pay that money. Shout out to Amazon. I've been driving for Amazon since 3 a.m. I heard my stomach growling. So I knew it was time to stop and get something to eat. Damn, is that my stomach? I gotta get something to eat. Where's the Wawa? So I knew I had to get something to eat. So I decided to hit up the Wawa off the I-10 freeway. As I searched in my glove compartment of my BMW, I noticed a car pulling quickly to my right. Scat! Damn, who the fuck? Why is she speeding like this? Nervous that they was going to hit me, I hopped out of the Beamer. Let me get the fuck out of this car. Give him the evil stare. And I gave the driver a very angry stare. I gave him the stare so they didn't know what's up. That was until the driver exited their vehicle. That's when I saw what I thought to be an angel. She was 5'1", caramel complexion with the most beautiful eyes. Damn, is that an angel? I've never seen an angel exit out of an Escalade so quickly. And with the most beautiful eyes and the fattest ass that I ever did see. PHAT. She was sitting on 222s. She looked my direction, walked towards me, and asked in a raspy but sexy feminine voice, I saw you giving me that angry stare because you thought I was going to hit you. Do we have a problem? Scared and turned on with confidence, I said, we will if I can't get your number. We will if I can't get your number. I never got mad at the angel before. So can I have your number? She laughed and said, that was cute. That was cute. You cute for that. You never met an angel before. You can't get mad. That was cute. That was cute. Give me your phone, cute ass. With your cute ass saying them little corny ass lines. Give me your phone. So I handed her my phone. She handed it back to me and said, call me. My name is Jonara. I picked up an accent. I don't know where she was from, but it was sexy. Her raspy voice. I said, okay, and went for a handshake. She took my hand and placed it on her ass and said, if you don't call me, you'll never know what a Georgia peach tastes like. She walked to her car and skirted off. Are you fucking kidding me? That's the end of my story. The purpose of that story is you never know what you can get until you go for it. See, I was angry. I saw pretty ass Jonata pull up to me, asked me to, and she placed my hand on her fat ass. You know what I'm saying? I was going to give me some. She skirted off. I made sure I called her back that night. That's the end of the story. Georgia Peach. It's my type of erotica story. I want to give a quick shout out real quick to my Baltimore lover, my Baltimore dummy, Laura Elijah. I purchased this awesome picture from him. He was walking down the street and my woman spotted him. She knows that he does art. Told him to come over here, and he showed us this mean book that he has of artwork. And this is one of them. This is my favorite, Morty. What's his nigga name? Morty. He's Aquarius, so I had to buy this drink. Make sure y'all tap at it on his Instagram. It's Hustle Hard Inc. He's only 17. He's out here hustling on the street. His artwork. I had to purchase this drink. I paid a little coin for this drink. Paid about $10 for this drink. Paid about $10. So if y'all want to make some love donations to my boy, make sure y'all do it. Hustle Hard Inc. and follow him on Instagram. Hustle Hard Inc. Hey, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Please follow us at Treetop Radio LA. We will be having cash prizes, and we will be having giveaways. So like, share, and comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Treetop Radio LA, and Seriously Not Another Podcast. We got my boys, Sports for You coming up right after this. If you're an artist, brand, or entrepreneur, or business, and you would like to be a guest on our show, please DM me at Treetop Radio LA. And you can follow me on my regular page, Big Homie _Smiles with a Z. And my Cash App is the money sign Treetop Radio 87. I want to shout out to my baby. You know, I never go a show without saying I love you. You are the love of my life. I appreciate you for giving me that guidance and giving me that love so that when we make good sex, it's wonderful. Hey, Ben, give him your Instagram name. Hey, Brent, give him your Instagram name and your Cash App, man, so they can make some love donations.
At the Real Ben Ready. That's TheRealBenReady. What's my Cash App?
Ultimate. You forgot the ultimate one.
Ultimate Apparel. That's the Cash App. It's ALLTUHMENT Apparel. Send whatever, $1, 50 cents, whatever. It don't matter. Donations, man. Ain't no better nation than a donation.
Ain't no better. Ooh, you always got the cool little. Ain't no better nation than a. I'm about to include that in the spill. Ain't no better nation than a donation, bitches. Make sure y'all know every day and all day, Free Simba is the motherfucking goal. Shout out to my girl PYT, man. This her song Do Me Right, streaming on all platforms, man. Make sure y'all follow on all platforms. They call me PYT. You can follow her on everywhere. That's her Instagram as well, man. Hey, Ben Ready. We out this bitch.
Temper tantrum, my throat fits. Ownership, no lease, bitch. New whip when I pull up. Nobody taking my keys, bitch. Dip strips, I'm thumbing. Stop asking me, am I coming? Cause when it rains, it pours. So you bound to get flooded. FYI, I'ma slide. I'ma right, IOI. Dollar dimes, you ain't taking my. Do me right. Could be my guy, like you for the night.
Shout out to Capital Light. Free Simba. Baby, I love you.
Living life. No feelings, only catching flights in a ride. Overseas, take it worldwide. Do me right. Could be my guy, like you for the night. Do me right. Could be my guy, like you for the night. Do me right. Could be my guy, like you for the night. Do me right. Could be my guy, like you for the night. Do me right. Could be my guy, like you for the night. Do me right. Could be
Baby,
my
I
guy,
love your
like
ass.
you for the night.
Do me right. Do me right.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yes, sir.